Most negotiations in an orthodontic practice fail because the parties involved focus far too much on the what rather than the why. Whether you are discussing a salary increase with a long-term team member or presenting a complex treatment plan to a hesitant parent, it is incredibly easy to get stuck in a deadlock over specific numbers or rigid demands. In the world of high-level practice leadership, we use a mental framework called finding the 18th camel. This concept, derived from an ancient story about resolving an impossible inheritance, is about looking at a problem from a completely different perspective to find a solution that benefits everyone involved. As a leader and an entrepreneur, your goal is to move past the initial friction and identify the underlying need that the other person is trying to fulfill. When you broaden the context, you often discover creative solutions that resolve the conflict while actually improving your overall practice efficiency. The essence of the 18th camel lies in understanding the vital difference between a position and an interest. A team member's position might be a demand for a €10,000 raise, but their underlying interest might actually be financial security, a better work-life balance, or simply a feeling of being truly valued. A savvy negotiator addresses the interest, not just the position. For example, imagine an employee asks for a significant raise because they are facing an unexpected personal expense, such as a major car repair. From a traditional management perspective, this is a binary choice. You either say yes or no. However, a lean leader looks for the 18th camel. A small monthly raise is heavily taxed and might not even solve the employee's immediate liquidity crisis. If the practice was already considering a company car program, providing a reliable vehicle could solve the transportation problem more effectively than a salary bump. This is a clear win-win. The employee receives a high-value benefit, and the practice gains a motivated team member and a tax-efficient business expense. This principle extends deep into clinical operations. Consider a high-performing hygienist who requests to transition from a full-time 5-day schedule to a 4-day work week. The traditional response from a clinic owner is often a defensive denial, fearing a drop in chair time and revenue. The strategic leader, however, investigates the underlying interest, which is likely a desire for more quality time with family. The 18th camel solution could involve restructuring their schedule to 4 10-hour shifts to maintain weekly hours, or offering a schedule that accommodates higher patient demand while allowing them to leave early on a specific day. Furthermore, the practice could invest in advanced training for that hygienist in a high-value service, such as laser debridement, and tie a bonus structure to the productivity of those procedures. This alternative compensation structure transforms a request for less work into a revenue driver. The employee gains flexibility, and the clinic leverages a new, profitable service line. Even in vendor negotiations, this mindset creates immense value. If a supplier is rigid on the per-unit cost of clear aligners, their true interest may be consistent volume and predictable cash flow. Instead of arguing over pennies on the price, a practice leader can offer an exclusive 24-month commitment in exchange for a modest discount. This secures long-term savings and simplifies your inventory management while stabilizing the relationship. It transforms the negotiation from a zero-sum game into a strategic partnership that minimizes administrative overhead for both parties. This is how you move the needle on practice efficiency without compromising your professional standards. Human psychology also plays a massive role in our daily clinical negotiations. Research has shown that simply providing a reason for a request, specifically using the word because, dramatically increases the likelihood of a positive outcome. This is a vital tool during patient consultations. When presenting a treatment plan or a specific service, you should never just state the price or the procedure. You must explain the why. By providing context, you help the patient understand the value, making the negotiation about health and long-term stability rather than just cost. This transparency reduces the administrative ballast of back-and-forth arguments and streamlines the entire patient journey. Instead of saying that the fee for a custom appliance is €4,000, frame it by explaining that you utilize this custom-milled appliance because it ensures maximum biological compatibility and minimizes treatment time by 20%. This leads to greater long-term stability for the child's bite. If a parent balks at the cost of an early interceptive phase 1 treatment, the leader should explain that the recommendation is being made because it allows for jaw growth guidance while the bone is still pliable, preventing the need for invasive jaw surgery later. This psychological approach positions the practice not as a vendor of services, but as a long-term clinical partner committed to optimal outcomes. It is a hallmark of strong dental leadership that directly improves treatment acceptance rates. Ultimately, effective negotiation is not about winning a fight, it is about finding a way to move the practice forward together. By seeking the 18th camel in every professional interaction, you turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. This mindset is what allows a clinic to remain high-performing while maintaining a positive, collaborative culture. Mastering this art means developing the skill of active listening, to understand the emotion, the unstated fear, or the aspiration behind the stated position. Consistently finding that extra resource is a direct reflection of a practice's commitment to its people and its patients. It is a strategic advantage that fosters long-term loyalty and reinforces your reputation for ethical, solution-driven care. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.